Hey, I am here with Mauricio from Insomnia Software.
Hello.
So one of our sponsors here at FlutterVikings. So Mauricio, what are you doing down here?
Right here, what we are doing is many things. The first of all, we are trying to get the people. To get to know people finally in person, right? We have been looking at them and speaking with them like for a long time between like a screen, and now we are kind of speaking to them like in person. So that's the main thing that we are doing here. And the other thing that is really important is to support, right? Support the community, support Flutter. Is something that we love and we have been working with it for a long time. So every time we can support and we can be here helping others is something that we are really interested in.
Very cool. What are you doing over at Insomnia Software?
Insomnia Software, what we do is we are a dev shop. We create custom digital solutions for our clients. Okay. And what we have different is that we are 100% focused on Flutter. Mm-hmm. So this is our area of expertise. And actually what we do in Insomnia is like we created Insomnia to create Flutter applications. We used to work, the founders, with many other technologies before Flutter, but 3 years
That's a polite way of saying React Native, right?
Yeah, that's a really polite way to say it. React Native and many others. I mean, the founders, were always been interested in cross-platform like development because we believe that is the future, right?
Oh, yeah.
To create applications with just one source code. But the problem is that before Insomnia, there were not so many good technologies to do what we wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So once we met Flutter, as everyone here probably, we fell in love with the technology. And that's the moment when we said, okay, this is going to be a big thing. Yeah. It's going to be a really big thing. But in that moment, it was like quite difficult because as any other technology was just like being released and not many people like know it already in that moment. So we had to convince people how good it is and how good it's going to be. But yeah, nowadays, like you can see it, we are all together here doing a lot of Flutters. It's the most popular cross-platform technology in the world. So yeah, we're really happy to make that decision of focusing on the technology and be able to share it with many others here.
Yeah, it's, especially since like Canonical said use Flutter instead of GTK, mm-hmm. and now we've released to Windows, and Toyota and BMW are using Flutter, and Tencent is porting WeChat mm-hmm. to Flutter.
Yeah.
So yeah, all of a sudden nobody was going to use Flutter, none of the big companies, and now they all want Flutter, which can make it a little bit difficult. Now, I happen to know the answer to this mm-hmm. because I work with a different agency. Uh-huh. But how are you able to get any Flutter devs in this market, considering every dev has like 3 more jobs than they can handle?
That's a really good question. When I had the answer, I can tell you.
Yeah, really?
No, but it's actually quite hard to meet like Flutter developers in general. We had like big strategies to make that happen, but it's based on like knowing people, right? Like mm-hmm. start to discuss with people, and you in this strategy you have to not only find like talents that already know Flutter, but train a lot of people that maybe is coming from a similar technology mm-hmm. and they can convert easily to Flutter. But yeah, we try to cover like different points on the recruitment process and finding these people. But it's based on like trying to get the most like positioning in the technology and trying to stand out and say, okay, we are focused on this technology, we love it, and transmit to the community that. And then the community gives you back all the different things. They help you to find those people that really like the technology and they want to work with it. So yeah, it's pretty difficult. It's the one of the toughest part that we have to face as an agency. But it's coming like nowadays. More and more Flutter developers are around. I think that it's a technology that has been growing so fast that developers have been growing really fast with the technology. Mm-hmm. So, and also it's a technology that as it's really easy to connect with. People like tend to learn faster, to know more, to create more things. So it's something that it grows really fast, and the developer community grows really fast. So in a few years ago, it was really difficult to find Flutter developers, but nowadays, like they even come to us, and you see it everywhere. So it's a technology that really fast, and the developers are growing really fast as well.
Yeah, I know the feeling. We're also we look for people who not only know Flutter but also things such as SQL, gRPC, a bunch of other technologies because we're trying to interface with them.
Mm-hmm.
And you get people who know Flutter, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
But when you need to start tying it into other things for back end, so if you're looking for a job, learn a couple of other things besides Flutter. You don't have to be a super master, but if you know how to tie into some of these databases, much more likely to get a job. So talk to the man.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel that I see in the guys in the company that, and when with the guys that we work with, it's like when they want to learn something and they are really passionate about the technology, they learn really, really fast.
Yeah.
So it's a technology that, as it opens the doors to any developer that comes in, because it's a really good architecture. It has a really good, it's really fast to program, to develop, and it's a really nice technology to work on.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fast and really easy to learn it and to start giving value to wherever you are.
Yeah.
So I encourage everyone to learn it, because they are going to fall in love as we fell in love in that moment.
And it doesn't really matter if you want to develop for phones or tablets or televisions or Windows or Mac or Linux or refrigerators. So if you want to put something on the refrigerator or on the Nest Hub, Google Nest Hub applications are written in Flutter.
You can do it. You can perfectly do it. I mean,
word is you have to tear the bottom off to get to the USB hookup, though, so that you can get your... Don't tell anybody I told you that.
That's completely true. And you will get amazed. I mean, I used to work with many other cross-platform technologies before Flutter. Like, I always been keen on that. I mean, I love cross-platform technologies. I think that there is no cross-platform technology I ever not used. And I was amazed like 4 years ago when I tried Flutter. Mm-hmm. Like, I built an application in Android. I was saying like, wow, I will have to, this is really fast. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I have to do everything again in iOS because it's a cross-platform, but you have to set all the libraries, you have to develop a lot of things, fix errors and everything. And always like that when I moved to iOS. And this was like 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. So that was the moment that we knew that it was going to be a big thing. Even in that moment, it surprised all of us. So I think that nowadays you can't imagine like how fast it's growing everything and how easy it is to be a cross-platform developer and give value to anyone, right? We can't redo everything over and over again.
Right.
So it's our job as engineers and like people that knows about technology to give value everywhere we are and not redo everything over and over again, right? Give value as fast as possible.
Very cool. Well, hey, thanks for taking the time, Maurice, and good luck. Enjoy the conference, and I will see you at the food.
Of course, thanks, Scott, and it was really, really nice to be here with you and meet all of you in person, so it's my pleasure.
Okay.